This is my final piece for Artist's Book, and I've used found object as well as some traditional folding. See on the top it says "My God." Based on my religious experience, I've decided to go with the glitter as a celebration of being gay. So it's basically taking back the things that are considered bad and making them fabulous. Passages that I've actually glued to the inside, and I've attached also some glitter to hold it on and make it look fun. So I've covered all the surfaces of an old makeup box. I wanted to have a bit of a pop art feel, enticing the gold, shiny for dramatic effect. When you open the box, you can see the theatre, put it up. So we've got a little ta-da feeling. Let's look at the piece. So we've got a superhero here. You can see her cape and sitting on 1 Corinthians. So on the side of her, it says "Be prepared." Inside this canister is actually a tampon with my blood in it. It's celebrating the fact that women are superheroes. We have the power to create life. I put in some cardboard with a bit of a bend, and I've got here women adorned themselves. So you've got the glitter and the adornment. So having pride. Now the cigarette, a couple of meanings here. I started smoking when I left the church, so there's that. But also found a verse and I put it on there that says, "Eagerly waiting for the adoption, the redemption of our body." So part of it was they're always looking towards the end times, always looking towards heaven. You wanted to die, essentially. And I find that an interesting correlation with being suicidal, damaging our own bodies with smoking. So the model here I've created has a little hand and it's holding it in quite a fabulous way. Up here you can see some wedding rings, hanging up the wedding rings, so giving up that ideal of being, betrothed to a man or owned by a man, or even a woman in this case, which got me thinking about the plebiscite and the yes vote for same-sex marriage. And it really did help me to accept to myself, because a big part of my conditioning was that you have to obey the law of the land. Once the vote went through as yes, it sort of unlocked something. I've made an envelope. So when I sent this vote off, it very much felt like I was saying to the government officially, once and for all, I'm gay, or at least I believe that it's not wrong. So once we get into here, you can see it's got a little vote card. It's got the question mark on there. What are you going to pick? I've attached some Bible passages and then covered them in glitter. So it's my version of these passages. So this is going out over the whole land. Lord Almighty declares, choose no or yes. If you do marry, you have not sinned. 14:11 is actually the page number of this passage in the Bible, or this version of the Bible. The 14th of November was when we did the vote, 2017. I've just written in glitter. God bless it. The royal secretaries were summoned. So this is sort of a celebration of when it became legal for me to marry a woman. So we'll pop that in there. That's that part of the story. Next, we have the makeup case. Whether it was in the church or out of the church, I've found that as a woman, there is a lot of pressure to have a certain look, to be a certain way, and to let go of that is a very powerful thing, I think, if you're religious or not. So I've covered the makeup here with a glitter panel, and I've just put the acid-free glue to hold it in. There is makeup under it, but it's like you don't need that. And then what I need instead is some nail clippers. So I found a verse here and it says, "Even their women have pleasure." So that's from 2 Romans, and that's Romans 2:26. It says that the women started sleeping with each other, and it's the only mention of lesbianism in the entire Bible. So that's a bit of fun, really. This is the last element of the story. It's a little ode to a Bible. I've taken this out and cut up an actual Bible to get this cover. And form following function, I really love this fold because you know straight away that you need to put it together like a puzzle. I was going to put in some journal entries from when I was in the cult. Your board game, Snakes and Ladders, having snakes of the bad things and ladders of the good things. Lots of ideas, but I decided to go with this because I think it really wraps up what I want to say with this piece without sort of being negative or without attaching what I think other people should think. It makes it very personal to me, and it's focusing on the good news. So I'll read you this. Dear Lord, it's been a while since I've said hi. If you are there, sorry I've been out of touch. Thanks for making me gay. I'm glad you decided to add some glitter to my mix. I hope it's true and we are made in your image, because that means you are fabulous too. You are the artists and they are the critics. Sorry that I got that confused and ignored you. Also, just quickly, while we're catching up, if you are there, could you make it so that the rulers of countries are kind? That would help us all out quite a lot. Love, Gabrielle Raya. The whole idea is that it's my God is gay and my Bible is fabulous. There's a lot of glitter because it's good news. I think that sort of sums up the point, which is self-acceptance. So it's a toolbox, it's a makeup kit of the things you need to build and mend and accept yourself as a gay person, gay woman, raised in a religious cult. My God.